I read a little bit about I saw your Instagram, and you're a talent evaluator. That's you look for talent, right? That's what you do. You look for great talent, and I mean, you're on our show, so you look at me, and you look at Speedy, and Speedy has a talent. Okay, he verifies everything and statistics to a T. Okay,
wow.
to a T.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you some information about Speedy, and I want you to ask him. You're a sports fan. You ask him a question, okay? A sports question, statistics, or anything that you want, and I guarantee you he will nail it on a button. Are you ready?
I think I am.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. All right, Speedy, are you ready? Okay.
All right, let's see what we got here.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. We have Zoe. She's going to ask you a question. Any question. It doesn't matter when it's from, what athlete, anything. You're going to ask him, and I guarantee you, one way or another, he'll nail it. Are you ready? Zoe,
I am.
Take over the mic.
Speedy, how many times was George Foreman married?
Oh, now we're going to relationships.
That's a good question.
Oh, boy. Now that actually, I'll have to take a wild guess on that one. Celebrity relationships, not my area of expertise. I'll guess 4. I'll just guess 4.
You're 4. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I have to know the answer?
Oh, I thought that was implied, but okay.
Well, there's the talent right there. We got the evaluator and we got the talent.
Who is the winningest horse? Who's the winning? What's the name of the horse with the most wins out of like the trifecta?
Oh wow! All right,
those races.
I'm gonna get. I think I have this one.
I'll guess Seabiscuit.
No.
Secretariat.
Secretariat.
I think Secretariat.
I think it was Secretariat. I think it was. I love the movie, by the way. If you never checked out the movie, it's a great movie, great acting movie. Was definitely great. Well, let me ask you a question. You produce movies, and you've done I guess have you directed movies too?
I do direct, yes.
Okay, so what was the most famous movie, and what is the most famous movie and that you directed and produced?
Me?
Yes.
Short film.
The
Many.
The Many. I got to check that out.
Okay.
I got to check that out. How long is it? It's just a short movie.
It's like 20 minutes. We did it on like zero budget, 3 days. And it was a story based on, this guy who's on Netflix who like has conned all these women out of all this money.
Oh yes,
right?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's about a romantic con. So this girlfriend of mine, new friend of mine, told me about this, what had happened to her, and it was exactly like this. And I got so upset about it, Errol. I said, "What can I do to help you?" And she's like, "I want to tell my story. I want to make a movie. I think women should know about this." I said, "Okay, let's do it." 3 days, and we shot it, and we got it out there, and she uses it on her website.
Well,
for like $75,000.
Wow. Oh, all right. Listen, I've actually acted in a bunch of small films. My friend actually produced and directed. Actually, one of the funniest ones I've ever done was I think I was 29 when I did this. It was about a guy that kept buying fast food, okay? Every day he would go and buy fast food. He'd go to Wendy's, go to Burger King, go to McDonald's. I wasn't that guy, okay? I was the cook. I was the guy that was cooking the hamburgers and doing the crazy things to the hamburgers when I was giving it to him, okay? So what we did was, over here in Long Island, there's a Wendy's in Patchogue, which we know the owner. We know I guess you could say not the owner, the manager of the Wendy's. So we kind of changed the name. So it was Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's. So we had to do things so we can kind of like hide what it was, Wendy's, McDonald's, and all that other stuff. And we had this guy go in every single day and buy a sandwich. And it really was What was that movie that they did? That guy
Super Size Me.
Super
was
Size
the
Me.
documentary, the big one. I think there was another one too, though. There were like two of different for the same concept, but Super Size Me was the big one.
Yes, and the small film was called "I Ate a Hamburger." That's what it was called. I ate a hamburger, and it's this kid that we had. He was the leading role of this. He must have gained like 25 pounds.
I bet he did.
25 pounds. So I've done some acting. I mean, we've done.
You enjoy it?
I actually like acting. Yes,
It's fun, yeah.
I do, because you want to know something. The hardest part of acting really is understanding the role that you're playing and falling into that role. Okay, you got to be a part. It's not about reading and because I think I can memorize anything. It's really like falling into the role and playing that role and being that person. That's the hardest part of everything. I think people forget. I'm amazed with all these actors and actresses. They have these deep accents, from Ireland and England. And they somehow changed their accent to American. It's unbelievable. I think it's absolutely amazing.
It's a skill set. You work with a dialogue coach, and then they help you get where you need to be. You can do it.
This is actually a good question from one of our fans. Steve asks, what actor has the best overall body of work, and state 3 movies of why?
I love Kate Blanchett, Elizabeth, The Hours. Was she in that?
Nicole Kidman was in The Hours, right?
It was Kidman and more. No, she was okay. Elizabeth, The Aviator, and a brand new one that's been out. What the something in the Valley with Bradley Cooper? Came out.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I forget the movie, what it's called.
I see all of her movies. She's tremendous. She's a wonderful actor.
The Hours was Nicole Kidman and Julianne Moore and Meryl Streep.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm pretty good. I know my stuff.
You clearly do. You clearly do.
We are talking to actress, producer, and founder of the OGEtiquetteExpert.com, Zoe Yeoman. Now, Zoe, like I said, you're smart. You know this business in the back of your head. Tell the fans, what does it take to be an actor? What does it take to be a producer? What it takes to be a director? And how could you get your foot in the door as a movie star or a personality in the movie business?
Well, you need to really want to be in the business. Like, I think a lot of people want to be famous, but it can't really be about that. I'm an actor. I've always been an actor. I'll always be an actor. I may not ever be a household name. It doesn't matter to me anymore. There was a time when it did. But I've since learned that it's something that I just really, really love to do. So you can start out being a production assistant. If you're related to somebody, they might be able to get you on a set. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes time. It takes training, but the cat who started Legendary Entertainment, Legendary Pictures, Tom, he was just on a very famous dude's podcast recently. Can I say his name? Or not?
Yeah, absolutely.
On Rogan's podcast.
Joe Rogan's, yep.
He's the guy who started Legendary Pictures, Legendary Entertainment. You know why? Because he loved movies. He didn't know anything about the movie business, and he now is seriously successful. Did The Dark Knight, has really done a lot of great stuff. So you just got to love it and know it's hard work. Sometimes it's 14-hour days, day after day after day.
Steve also puts in his vote, Robert De Niro. He says, Goodfellas, Godfather 2, and The Deer Hunter. He also has a question. Do you do improv?
I love improv. It's not something that I spend a lot of time on. I think I'm kind of naturally silly, goofy, witty. So, but yeah, I do. I definitely spend time hanging out with people and improving. I like other people's words. It's like, give me your words and let me do what I do.
Well, goofy and crazy would be me. So that would be perfect for me if you want to hear an improv from me. But
yes, just always say yes.
Yes, and more yes. What do you think, Speedy? You think I could be a good improv person?
Absolutely.
I think I could.
Yes.
Yes. What do I get? I get a Screen Actors Award or something? I mean, I should get something. I mean, seriously.
Shouldn't we all?
Yes, we should. If one way or another, one of these days, after we slowly move into the movie business, thanks to our newfound friend Zoe Yeoman. Then eventually I win an Oscar, and when I walk up to that wonderful mic and I say thank you to everybody, Zoe, you would be the first person. Remember when you came on my show and you said you could do it 14 hours a day? I did it. I finally did it. What do you think, Zoe? You think that would sell?
I think you're so generous, Errol. I love it. I love meeting both of you. You guys are awesome.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, right? Take care of other people and they'll take care of you.
We hope. Unless I have a grandfather that's Robert De Niro or something like that. If that ever happens, maybe I get my foot in the door or maybe I could just say I'm Brad Pitt's long lost son. How's that sound?
Have you noticed how Brad Pitt and what's his name? Benicio del Toro.
Yes.
Have you noticed how similar they look to one another?
They do. They do, especially when you look at the side of their face. And now that with the gray hair on their head.
Are you guys, they're like twin brothers from a different something. I think it's cool.
Maybe they're the long lost brothers too, and maybe one of them are my father, Oh my God, I'm gonna lose myself.
You really want to be in the business, don't you?
Well, listen, anything that'll get me in the door, If I say that, they'll probably think I'm crazy.
Let's make a movie.
Let's do it. We'll stay in touch and let's make a small film. I'll be the lead role. Speedy will be my dog. Okay.
I think we should do a TV show about a sports network.
That's not a bad idea.
That's never been done before.
You have to direct it, obviously.
Let's see. WKRP, News Radio, The Morning Show.
That's right. Look at you. I listen. You write the script up. I'll be the lead. We'll bring in some some kind of star or somebody known to help us out, and we'll make it a huge hit. Maybe it'll be what do they call it? What do they call that? The festival? What do they call that?
The movie festival.
The movie festival. Yeah, maybe we'll get into the circuit and eventually get into the movie theaters, and then
fantastic.
And then we become Oscar
things
winners.
have happened. Just ask Kevin Smith.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Well, then you know what? I'll have Speedy reach out to you. We definitely gotta get you back on. By the way.
Well, thank you so much. It was a really fun half hour.
Absolutely. As everybody knows, we are talking to actress, producer, and founder of the OG Etiquette Expert.com, Zoe Yeoman. Could they find you on social media, Zoe?
So Zoe Yeoman ZY, Zoe Yeoman ZY. So that's Instagram, Facebook, the OG Etiquette Expert. There's a little thing there. I do have a website as well for my work. The things that I allow to go on online.
See, Zoe's trying
to mind your manners, Errol.
She's trying to slide it right under the rug. Oh man! Well, I'm happy that you joined us. We're definitely going to be in touch. Speedy, we have her email address, right?
I sent it to your agent, Barry, who's done a phenomenal job getting us guests on the show.
My publicist, yes, Barry. Yes.
So what we'll do is we'll have Speedy reach out to Barry and get your email address, and we'll stay in touch.
You're good, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Zoe. We really appreciate you joining us.
Nice
Zoe Yeoman, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful woman. She's really funny. She fits perfectly with us, Speedy. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine her be the director of our movie? Could you imagine you'd be? I don't know what you'd be. Maybe you'll be the pet dog in the
pet dog.
I don't know. I don't know what you would.
I'll voice a dog. Okay. Why don't you
that TV
why don't you just get a dog?
Well, I don't want to tell Zoe what your dog did to you.
I don't want to tell her either.
She's awesome. We definitely got to get her back on. That was hilarious, and she's really, really good. And she told us some great stuff. And if you want to be a movie star, just reach out to Zoe. She'll help you. She'll throw it under the rug, if you know what I mean. What do you think about that, Speedy?
Well, if you're going to be the one to throw under the rug, you might need a stunt guy for that.
Well, I could be the stunt
John
guy.
Schneider, perfect.
John Schneider's perfect. What a wonderful stunt guy. And by the way, he eats squirrel, okay? John Schneider eats squirrel, ladies and gentlemen. I have to taste squirrel, I've tasted rabbit. I've tasted alligator. I've never had squirrel. So maybe tomorrow we'll try to catch a squirrel out of a rat trap or something. What do you think?
Okay.
Do you want to cook them, or should I cook them?
Hey, we're not an expert
Do you
on
want to
hunting
boil
or
a,
cooking.
Would you? Have you ever thought about boiling a squirrel instead of cooking one?
I've never hunted a squirrel to try to do that. So no, but I know it's obviously possible.
Well, listen. Like I said, I've had alligator, and I used to think that was disgusting. And when I finally chewed on one, it tasted good. It was a little, what would I would say? It was hot. It was had
a zing.
Had a little zing to it, but very, very nice. Zoe Yeoman, sweet lady, and great personality. So very happy to have her.